continues to march up the all-time scoring list for Air Force. He's 7th all-time in the school, but this is a completely different team from last year for Nevada that went to the Sweet 16.
It's not even close. Yeah, I mean, they had so many
His first foul. And Saturday at 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. You can watch wherever you may be.
Outside shooting. He is their best low post scorer. And he's an average three-point shooter, but a good mid-range shooter. And he's done a good job from the outside in this contest so far.
Zouzoua, another senior transfer who transferred over from Bryant, although he did play for Nevada last year. Gets it to the far side for Jay.
Craig Smith has done at Utah State, has been terrific in 2 years. They were the unanimous preseason pick this year. They finally got all healthy about 2 weeks ago, and they're just a game over 500 in conference play. But I think Utah State is that team that can potentially knock off San Diego State. Yeah, there are some teams, and now San Diego State too, they can't get injured. You got to remember, Nathan Menza was an elite shot blocker for them. I think he's a sophomore this year, and he hasn't played for about the last 10 games, and they're not sure he's going to be able to come back.
Back-to-back straight game in double figures scoring, and we're not even halfway through the first half. Ryan Swan is still cold from the floor for Air Force, as he is now 0 for 4 from the floor. Harris pulls up at the left elbow, and just a
major threat for them coming into the game.
Taking their post game away, and then Air Force has struggled to hit threes as well, as Scotty on the long two comes up short. The Falcons are 2 of 13 from three-point range. Crossover from Harris in the lane with the right hand. The magician, Jalen.
A little bit more desire by Air Force to guard. A little more extra. I think she'd be all right, but sometimes I think you get out of rhythm. And I think Air Force came out a little bit out of rhythm and had no momentum coming into this game. He had 2 guys around him with another guy digging in. So he looked around. He had 3 sets of eyes staring at him. He had to pass it out. Nevada doing everything they can to keep Lavelle Scotty from scoring down inside the paint.
Air Force came out of a three-quarter court press. Wasn't that strong of a press as Harris attacks the rim yet again. He's got their 9th win against Duke when they are unranked. And that unranking is a little misleading with Cole Anthony back in the lineup.
Yeah, Cole Anthony's going to change things. North Carolina's going to peak here in conference play. It's nearly a turnover by Lindsey Drew. But I spent most of 10 years in North Carolina, most of my coaching career there. And I'm telling you, man, that's a house divided. There's no way, if you're a Carolina fan and you have children, that you're going to still own your child if they become a Duke fan or vice versa. I mean, it's crazy down there.
I'll tell you what's crazy. The shooting ability.
And gets fouled. So you don't know how you're going to guard him. And that's what makes it difficult. So it constantly. I mean, he is a difficult guard. So when you have a terrific player like that, you're right. It opens. I think you just do your best. Pick your poison. You know what I mean?
27 points now. 3-pointer made in 19 attempts for Air Force. Harris again. Oh. He's got 30. The first.
Undersized in most positions. They're usually not as athletic, and collectively they're going to face more talent, and that is usually the concern. Now obviously they have some talented players. You're not seeing that quite as much tonight.
Harris, who's got a career high 32 points after that and one, make it 33. A career against San Jose State, a winnable game. And you talked about their struggles on the road. 1-6 on the road this season. They'll go on the road to UNLV, the in-state rival. They'll go down and play New Mexico, a game that you and I are calling a couple weeks in Albuquerque. Jalen Harris again. Absolutely.
Days later, they go to Boise State. They don't have Jazz Johnson for the first time. I think they were really confused, and they were struggling with that adjustment. And you know, the offense seems to come pretty good for them. Oh my good.